Hello and welcome. It is the 8th day of April 2019. My name is Derek. Welcome to the Money Charts channel. And I like the setup of how the overall markets, at least the ones that I'm focused on, are playing it and how I see it in general. Bitcoin doing well. A lot of altcoins struggling a little bit. And I like that when Bitcoin is going up like this. As if Bitcoin's going to make its move that I'm expecting it to do. And why do I think that this is going to 6,000 and change? Of course, all bets, trades of the like, within each his own risk and their own reward. Well, because whenever you get to one of these key levels that are expected to be support and resistance, especially when the track record of them is so amazing, then I get to the, okay, now what do we do from this point on? So we have this resistance area test at 48 change, and it doesn't resist it. Resistance means stop going higher. Well, it didn't. It has done so at this level here at 53.50, but we've seen the 2 days of support, and now each day higher lows as it's been working its way back to previous high. It's just getting above this. This could be ready to go. 6,300 tomorrow for the next day. Let's just do the math on it. That, of course, that's the next key level. It usually pierces extra, but just for if it's going to win, if it's going to go to 6,500, it's going to go to 63. And to get to 63, even 62.82, that's 1,000 points. Almost 20%, 18, 19 realm. Well, the mathematical chances that happens a lot higher today than it was on many of the previous days because the setup is live. You establish resistance, come back, you support that area you were supposed to have resistance, and now you're lifting higher. These Fibonacci lines, next one coming, this is the 38.2%, which is a pretty strong one, and then this is the 61.8. If this does this quick, I'll be talking about the possible failed, or the, I draw these shapes of a box because it breaks support, goes down well, usually spends little time there, but this is interestingly quite a bit, but still, it's just a longer, wider head, if you will. But when it does that, it comes back to the key level pretty fast, thus we're not getting resistance at this key level. Then that's an interesting pattern going forward from there, but it's going to be a now what situation at 63. Do we pull back? Is that going to be resistance? Do we have a light pullback and then break it later? So many different possible variables that can come into play. Now when I look at my list of coins here, the day's almost over. There's just 20 minutes before these will all change. The biggest losers, Doji 57. Let's talk about, not now. Talk about Doji, NLC2, Theta. They're down 6%. Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever on that. Cardano's down. It's down to 1647. GRS is broke down below 9. Litecoin's broken to 17 number below her. DGB is broken below 280. Litecoin's down below 90. But you know what? That's like not much. But the biggest gainers, AIDcoin, 3.3 and 2/3. Three of the Bitcoin ones. But interestingly on here, the differential, this is the one with this red thing on it. This is this one here. The one with the same price is the Bitstamp. And this one is the Bitfinex. And I've looked at it, just used to have like 2% differential. Well, now it's 17 plus another 17 is 34. That's like 0.6. So it's kind of getting closer. I find that interesting. Then you got like the silver, stock market, gold, and all that stuff because a lot of the cryptos are down. So let's first talk about AID. And let's take a look at this on the daily term. Get rid of this advertisement. And let's just take a quick check for see if it doesn't look like there's any chance I bought. Not even close. When you have these moves over and over, I mean from when I was in here, as far as all of these nice stick lines, maybe a couple of them I didn't sell on, maybe two. I know I missed one miserably going for a large move. That was fine. Meaning, I mean, it was one of these ones went up so nice, and yet I was still several hundred points away. It might have been this one here with the 2,000 order. I can't remember. And then there was one because I didn't get my buyback. I didn't get my sell again. I had this one sold at 1388, and the high today is 1423. My buy order is 1,000, and even. Not often do I take those even numbers, but when I noticed last night that my order filled, I see, well, 1,000 isn't taken by anybody, so I'll keep it there. And That's just what these markets do. And you know what? If this thing breaks down again, I really wouldn't mind if it goes down to 700 for one more leg lower. That's just me as a trader, but let the market do what it does. Once I hit my 1,000 buy order, I'll put a sell order in for 1388, and then I'll put a buy order in probably for about. I'd probably go safe at 8, but I think the next key number to buy for me would be about 735. And I might even pick that number because I do play this and like this because of its good volatility. That's ApeCoin. Anything? I'm not going to talk about metals until tomorrow. There's not much going on. Doji it's fun, although missing your orders is part of the game because this here what's the high? Oh, 84. I had 85. That sucks, but you know what? So be it. I mean, it's pretty much given back all of its gains. I got one sell order left to get. I'm trying to buy that next at 44. If it hits, it hits, but 44 would be just down in here, which would be a match of this low. This could be a failed breakout. If it is, it is. Just let the market do what it does. For me, I just play this to gain Bitcoin. So if I sell 10,000, I want to buy back 10,000, and then just play it that way. I mean, this is just a choppy up and down market. To me, this is one as I recommend myself. I feel for just having diversification. Maybe you want double digit coins, which is my end. Maybe you like low volatility, which is not. Uh, I don't mind low volatility when it comes down to it, but that's what it's good for as well. At least low crypto volatility, and because volatility in crypto is obviously big, so most people in this business probably do like it. But it really comes down to obviously, yeah. I mean, the more volatile it is, the better it is. NLC2, this is what's just ridiculous. On Cryptopia right now, we can see 194. This is the Bittrex price. I unloaded at least a third of what I had before the breakdown in the 250 area. Glad I did. And 172 is where I'm looking to get back in. At least that's where I have a buy order on right now. On Cryptopia, if I had any, I could sell at 217. I already sold it at like 230, I think. Whatever I got, what I got them back. They just seem to come back, and like just one by one. When you look at the volume, ETN has been there for a while. Cardano, I got my Cardano back. I can trade it on that market now. Ravencoin, Litecoin I've already sold my red coin. So all the ones with volume are the ones where their wallets are secured, as there was a hack on January 14th. A month later, February 14th, the investigation and police let the Cryptopia back in the building, and it's been a process in getting these coins back one by one. But well, DGB's back as well too. I see volume of 0.42, so that one's back. I just figured that one out for the first time. I can trade that on there. But what I'm doing with a lot of the coins that I own, I'm really just selling them when I can on this market. These are the ones I don't care to trade. But Cardano, uh, I want to keep that when I get the wallets back online. I can withdraw. Ravencoin I want to. I got Litecoin on there, and they took a big chunk from there. Uh, Dash, that's back too as well. I mean, I'm planning on moving that to the wallet as well. But I had Vitae, I think. I don't know if I sold that before or after the event, but anything that comes up, like ETC, I don't. If I see that's on there, I'm probably gonna sell it. I don't plan on trading that. And even my NLC too, I'm like, I want to sell as it was anyway, so I was able to again get a bit better of a price on that. Let's move on. We have Theta here, and after this phenomenal up move, it managed to get above this level. And I always talk about after a key move, I want to see it hold and stay above a certain point. So we were at this level here. Originally, you were saying this point here, and you really still have to kind of say it. And Fibonacci here would probably work pretty good. We got a major level of support at 1100. It lifted off from 1250. It did go down to 1000. Which low do I want to take? I'm going to take this one here, about 1150, and we'll do a high of 5222 area. And I do high divided by low, so that would be a number a little south of 5. or about 5, to the root of what these numbers are above, multiply the low. 2050, and I mean, I really do have to count that 1644. So the last one was 2930. Let's put a line in. Close enough. And then again we have 2050, which I'll put a line in there for that. So it looks like that's where the intended target's going to go for it. Where's my drawing tool? I'm trying to find where my line is. Where did it go? Interesting. Here it is. Okay, so 2050. Let's put it. And it usually pierce extra, so I'm fine keeping it there. It'd probably go to 2000 even, as it would play through. And even a pierce below to like 1900 and 1900 would even seem like the more accurate spot if it's going to continue its decline. On the weekly chart, it is at the 18 average of lows. And just piercing below, going sideways like that, just a little, that's very normal as well too. Now back before in this 29, did that mean anything? Well, it immediately came down to that point. It lifted off. Didn't get much of a rally, and then it just held and stayed there for a while. When you see that with markets, where you have a big move that preceded it, fast move down, which is the case, it's able to have a quick rebound, which, let's just take a look at it on the hour to see if we can see more towards that event. But you're seeing a spot where you spent little time there, and then you spent maximum time at that. Maybe I should have done 4 hour, but I know there's 24 hours in a day, but wow, this is taking a long time. Okay, so this is the spot where it came down to it on March the 12th. It rallied all the way up to 33 and then even to 36, so that's your 20% move. Had a higher low pullback, even a little bit higher to 38. And then you can see since that point going forward where your moves were smaller and then just spending so much more time. Here, okay, so now pierce above, a little bit of a rally. Spending a little bit of time here again, and now you're spending all that time in here since you came back down to it, piercing a little bit more, congesting it up and down, and then resisting it for the leg lower. Almost finding resistance here on March the 26th. Almost again as the market's got a little bit better, but obviously it has been on the decline since then. Another lower high rally, decline, lower high rally, decline. And to me, when I see in this situation, yeah, I can go at any time, but the sellers are most certainly in control of that market. And for me, any of these markets that can go down lower, when I know they do their up and down moves, and with Bitcoin doing well, then that's all fine and dandy for me. This is a GRS after a great move in here, resisting or congesting, supporting in this area. 18 rises, then flattens. We see it's resisting in it now. You go down up to this level. This to me is, well, it's vulnerable to break this level of support. I was fortunate enough to be able to, this hour, let's just do the 4. Then this right too. During this last move here where it went up to, I don't know if it was April the 3rd or April 4th, I guess. I was able to get 10,300 on a sell. It was 10,200 on Binance. Bittrex is where I sold. And I'm just waiting. I'm trading this with DGB. What's DGB up to? 276, down about 4 more Satoshi in the last few minutes. And it too is just breaking down below this level of support. If I see situations when I got 2 coins trading together and they're both going down, only because I got a vast surplus of Bitcoin really not doing much, it doesn't take much. I mean, I have to take a little bit of it, and there's still a good amount. Hardly take anything at all from my wallet. and I can buy whatever coins I need. So yes, I'm trading DGB with NLC2. I'm trading it with Litecoin. I'm trading it with GRS, and if a combination of them go down together, especially the two NLC2 and the GRS, I can just easily just buy both. If this gets to the point where, say, I'm trading this like two coins that are like NLC2 is like 200. If they're both four digits in the future, this coin is like 3,200, NLC2 is 2,900. I'll just sell a whole bunch for Bitcoin and then just wait for it to go down if it does. But for now, markets are heading lower, Bitcoin's moving higher. I love this combination for the short term play. I'm cheering for this to go down a bit, but that's just me. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Now, with that, yes and no. If the other coins, like if NLC2 is going to have a good leg lower, GRS is going to have a good leg lower, and this goes up, that's amazing for me because I can then have the ratio go in my favor where I can just trade GRS or excuse me DGB for that coin. But if they all go down, I can just buy them all with Bitcoin. So if my buy order for NLC2 hits and the ratio isn't sufficient with this, I'll just because this goes down here when NLC goes down, then I'll just buy them both. And right now, the majority of my funds are in the hardware wallet. What I like about Trezor, and I'm sure other wallets are the same, and I've other wallets that I've seen available, you can have multiple different addresses or accounts. And I like to know how many I own for the trade. Okay, so I want to trade 15 or 20% of that of what I own, and I can organize it much well that way. So in Trezor, where you see add account, I got like three for DGB, and once my Cryptopia funds are back, it'll probably go up to five or six. Okay, anything else worth showing? Komodo, 21. Oh, never mind. I thought that was 21. That's 23. Still down, but nothing too big on that. Veritcoin, not really. Ravencoin. I mean, it's just so volatile. So you see here on the daily chart that the 18 starting to go sideways after a spectacular gain, 273 up to 1700, now retracing at 12 and three quarters. Short term, we can see just over the last 7 days that it had this nice little move up here. If it can hold and stay with the 18 lows here, that's a very productive situation. But you've gotten this to go sideways. You've had support established. You're supporting lower high resistance. And if you have any type of downtrends that just keep on staying intact, then it does not become a surprise when you see weakness in the future in this lower area, 1200 down to in the 11s, that is, breaking down below here. So the low 12s and the 11s, seeing price just staying and congesting within that area is going to show weakness. And then breaking down 1067. So if you see it anywhere near 1,000 and definitely below it, then I'm going to be looking for this to probably even come down to about 870 even and just make a significant lower low to this one in here. I'm not going to show top gainers or losers, but I will quickly show on Bittrex. These are the markets. So we have some of the top gainers, US markets, now Bitcoin markets. If we look at the gains and losers, the bottom end one here is down 8.3%. If we go gainers, 3.5%. And that's just a good indication that, of course, overall altcoins are losing against Bitcoin today. And for that, I just say so be it. Let the market do what it needs to do. I'm not trying to predict short-term moves and then make trades based on that. Like the traditional books and teachers and technical analysis will talk about it. It's probably the reason why I still do this channel, because so much stuff that I have done in the past I've just quit doing because I know other people do it at least as well as me, if not better, or about the same as me anyway. It's like, why do I need to say? They're just other people are just saying the same thing, and they do it better. A lot of the stuff as far as currency creation, that okay, so we have like Mike Maloney does this. It's like, damn, I'm not even going to try to do anything. I mean, wow, that's damn good. But as far as like trading stuff, okay, I'm going to sell short here, or I'm going to sell what I got, do a type of stop somewhere up here, profit take. No, I'm just going to, okay, if I see it come down here, and well, maybe I'll buy. And if it goes up here, maybe I'll sell. And that really comes down to all that it was. Like on Dogecoin, oh, my buy order was filled. And then what was my next stage after the order was filled? Well, I buy on Bittrex because the transfer fees are 2 dojis, where it's 100 on Poloniex. That's expensive. That means it would be like, well, it's not too bad, but it's 5,700 Satoshi, which I'm fine with, but I would rather 100 Satoshi on my withdrawals. So I send it to my Trezor wallet, and then I'll go on Poloniex and I'll reduce my sell order. So now I'm selling somewhere, I think 66 is my next sell, somewhere into this 18 average of highs on the daily. So either it goes to 66 and I'll sell, or it goes to 44 and I buy. And until then, nothing else happens. Thank you. I'm a crypto trader. Show your skills and win money. Beat other traders in a live competition and win money from new crypto exchange. UTEX, $100,000 prize pool. I mean, that type of verbiage and marketing tricks, well, just what they're trying to sell and pinpoint is always what I've looked for, because fantasy sports, whatever, prize pool, poker tournaments. And then in 2007, when a friend of mine was talking to the stock market about, like, thinking of it like a casino game, I'm like, yeah, I mean, now you got my attention. Risk versus reward, okay. Percentage odds, what's my most likely event to come into play? So am I going to click this? No, I'm not going to play. I play the game that I've invented, I guess. Not invented, but, well, it worked out when I first started trading on like day 2 or 3. I was just had one of those nights I'm thinking, and it's the general area of my strategy. Yeah, just put your buy orders in low, sell orders in high, and just let it keep doing what it's doing. And I went over like 60 different charts. I went past stock markets. I went every different kind of market. I'm like, holy crap, this is probably going to work out magnificent. And well, so far it's been working really well. So there's been no need for me to change that. But again, everyone's like, okay, they're probably saying, oh, you're going to sell here, and or this, or you wait for any type of move getting above here, showing strength to sell up here. Well, for me, I was like, well, Doji's 52 when I just added an end part. It's like neither high, which is up in here, and neither low, which is like down in here. To me, the buy zones, when you look at a market like this, is like in the 40s and below. And the sell zones are like 80 and above. So it's in this neutral level. And I just like the look of this up and down movement, which is why it's like, okay, if it just keeps doing this, then I'll just keep having the buy orders sell that direction and decide my volatility 15% moves. When you look at the overall moves on this is going from like 18 to like 180, and that's its biggest move. That's not that impressive. But its actual choppiness above and below, and well, I guess you could draw this. I mean, you got a little bit of a line in here, and then how does these resistance points work and something like that? At some point, if this does have a spot where this can find long-term support here, break above this, I don't know, maybe this can go to 500, maybe this can go below 5 to 1 to nothing. It's a game. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.